Imagine waking up tomorrow and feeling 10 years younger. Not just in spirit, but in your joints, your breath, your bones, and your memory. Imagine bending down without pain, recalling names with ease, and greeting each day with energy you thought you had left behind decades ago. What would that feel like? You see, the world has led us to believe that aging is a one-way street, a slow, inevitable decline. But what if that isn't the whole story? Today, we're diving deep into something both radical and beautifully simple. You can reverse the symptoms of aging, not with expensive treatments or trendy gimmicks, but with gentle, consistent habits that work with your body, not against it. And at the heart of it all is the wisdom of Barbara O'Neill, a woman who has spent her life teaching how nature, when respected and understood, can restore vitality. These 7 habits aren't just theories. They're tried, tested, and deeply transformative. If you've ever wished for more time, not just more years, but more life in your years, this could be the shift you've been waiting for. And here's a promise. By the end of this video, you'll walk away with tools you can start using today. No overwhelm, no confusion, just small, powerful steps you can build into the rhythm of your life. But here's the surprising part you haven't heard yet. The key to feeling younger might have less to do with what you add and more to do with what you restore. Stick with me, because this first habit alone could make you feel like you've turned back the clock. Habit 1. The healing power of hydration. Let's begin where all life begins, with water. Did you know that by the time many people reach their 70s, their bodies are often operating in a state of chronic dehydration? That dry mouth, the stiff knees, the foggy memory, these can all be signs that your cells are crying out for water. Think of your body like a classic car, beautiful, powerful, but only if you maintain the engine. Water is the oil that keeps everything running smoothly. Barbara O'Neill teaches that the simple act of drinking pure, clean water, regularly and mindfully, can change everything. She recommends starting the day with 2 glasses of water, even before your morning tea or coffee. Why? Because overnight, your body loses moisture through breath and sweat. By replenishing first thing, you're signaling every cell. Wake up, it's time to heal. Take a moment to think about that. When was the last time you drank water? Just water. First thing in the morning. And here's a gentle prompt. Have you ever noticed how a glass of water can ease a headache or lift a low mood? You're not imagining it. Your brain is over 70% water. Even mild dehydration can make you feel tired, anxious, or forgetful. So this week, try this. Set a glass of water by your bed tonight. Drink it in the morning before anything else. Do it for 7 days. Notice the difference. What's one thing you'd love to feel better about in your body? Let me know in the comments. Sometimes just saying it out loud is the first step toward change. Habit 2. Eat with the sun. Barbara O'Neill often says, let nature set your rhythm. This next habit is simple but powerful. Eat your meals in sync with the sun. Your body isn't meant to be digesting late into the night. After sunset, your digestive system begins to slow down, preparing for rest. But many people today eat their heaviest meal after dark, when the body is least prepared to handle it. What happens then? You toss and turn. You feel bloated in the morning. You wake up tired instead of refreshed. Barbara's advice: eat your largest meal at midday, when the sun is highest and your digestion is strongest. Keep dinner light and early. Think of it as a gentle signal to your body that rest is coming. This isn't a diet. It's a return to balance. A way to respect the rhythms that nature designed for us. Have you ever noticed how you feel after a late-night snack? Compare that to how you feel after a light, early supper. The difference might surprise you. And here's something to try. For the next 3 days, make lunch your main meal. See how your body responds. But there's one key step most people miss when it comes to food, and it has nothing to do with what you eat. Habit 3. The power of restful digestion. Have you ever heard the phrase, rest and digest? Your body does its best work when you're calm. Stress shuts down digestion. It robs your body of the energy it needs to absorb nutrients. And yet so many of us eat on the go while watching the news or in a rush between errands. Barbara O'Neill teaches that peaceful meals are healing meals. Set your fork down between bites. Breathe. Bless your food with gratitude. These aren't just niceties. They signal to your nervous system that it's safe to rest, safe to digest, and safe to heal. Take a moment to think about your last meal. Did you eat it with joy, or was it rushed? Small changes here can lead to big shifts in how you feel. And now, let's gently shift gears, because this next habit might be the one that rekindles a spark you haven't felt in years. Habit 4. Move like you mean it. Movement is not just about muscles, it's about medicine. No matter your age, your body is designed to move, but it doesn't need to be strenuous. In fact, the most healing movements are often the simplest: walking, stretching, breathing deeply as you move. Barbara O'Neill encourages daily movement in nature. Why? Because walking outdoors not only strengthens your body, it clears your mind, lifts your spirit, and recharges your soul. Think about your favorite walk. Maybe it's just around the block, or maybe it's in your garden. That walk could be your daily dose of vitality. And if walking feels hard, start with gentle stretches. Even 5 minutes a day can improve circulation, reduce stiffness, and boost your mood. Have you ever noticed how a little walk can change your whole day? I'd love to hear about your favorite way to move. Drop it in the comments, and maybe you'll inspire someone else. Habit 5. The miracle of deep breathing and fresh air. Have you ever taken a walk in the early morning and just stopped? Noticed how the air feels different, cooler, crisper, more alive. There's something magical about that breath. Our lungs are designed to bring in life, and yet most of us spend our days taking shallow sips of air, barely using half the capacity of these incredible organs. Barbara O'Neill reminds us, oxygen is the most essential nutrient, more than food, more than water. You can go weeks without eating, days without drinking, but only minutes without air. When you breathe deeply, slowly, intentionally, you bathe your cells in oxygen. You feed your brain, calm your nerves, and awaken your energy. Try this now. Just one deep breath, in through the nose, hold, and out through the mouth. Feel that? That's your body saying thank you. Make it a habit. Open a window in the morning, step outside for fresh air after every meal. Set aside a few moments each day just to breathe. You may be surprised how much energy it brings. Have you ever noticed how being outside, even for just 5 minutes, can lift your mood? That's not a coincidence. Nature is the original healer, and speaking of healing, there's a force inside you that never stops working on your behalf. But most people don't know how to support it. Let's talk about that now. Habit 6. Restorative sleep. Nature's repair shop sleep is not just rest. It's repair, restoration, rejuvenation. Barbara O'Neill often says, your body is a self-healing organism. You just need to give it what it needs. And what it needs, every single night, is deep, uninterrupted sleep. This is when your brain clears out toxins, when your cells regenerate, when your immune system builds strength. In fact, the hours between 9 p.m. and midnight are some of the most powerful healing hours your body has. But here's the thing. It's not just about the number of hours you sleep. It's the quality. If you're falling asleep with the television on, or scrolling on a bright screen, your brain may never fully enter the deep healing stages of rest. Barbara suggests this simple ritual. Start winding down as the sun sets. Dim the lights. Avoid screens. Try a warm bath, a book, or calming herbal tea. These small cues tell your body, it's time to let go. You are safe. You are home. And if you wake often in the night, that's okay too. Many people do. The goal is not perfection. It's intention. What's one thing you could do tonight to make your sleep more peaceful? Let's hear your tips in the comments. You never know who might benefit from your wisdom. And now, the final habit. The one that brings it all together. You've hydrated, moved, breathed, eaten well, and rested. But if your body is holding on to toxic burden, those benefits might be muted. That's why this last habit is so important. Habit 7. Gentle detox. Letting the body release. Detoxing doesn't mean harsh cleanses or expensive supplements. Barbara O'Neill teaches that true detox is about supporting the body's natural pathways for elimination. Your liver, kidneys, skin, lungs, and bowel. And here's a truth most people don't realize. Your body is constantly trying to detox. Every breath, every sweat, every bathroom trip, it's all part of this elegant process. But when we overload the system with processed foods, chemicals, and stress, those pathways get sluggish. Barbara's advice is simple. Eat more foods that cleanse, not clog. Leafy greens, fresh fruits, water-rich vegetables. Sip herbal teas like dandelion, nettle, or peppermint to support your liver and kidneys. And one of her most powerful tips: hot and cold showers. End your warm shower with a quick burst of cool water. It stimulates circulation, energizes the lymph system, and leaves you feeling refreshed and alert. It's like giving your body a daily spring cleaning. Have you ever tried a hot-cold shower? If not, try it just once. Even 15 seconds of cool water can spark a surprising rush of vitality. And if you prefer something gentler, dry brushing before your shower is another great way to stimulate lymph flow and help your body release toxins naturally. Take a moment now. Which of these 7 habits speaks to you the most? Because here's the beautiful part. You don't have to do them all at once. Start with one. Master it. Let it become part of your rhythm. Then add another. Soon you won't just feel better. You'll feel renewed. Let's pause here, because in just a moment we'll bring it all together. You've now uncovered the 7 habits that Barbara O'Neill teaches to turn back the clock. Not in fantasy, but in how you feel, move, and live every day. But what happens when you truly live them? Let me tell you a story. Her name was Margaret, 70 years old, widow of 5 years. Her children lived far away, and most days felt the same. Quiet, slow, lonely. Her joints ached. Her memory slipped. Her spark dimmed. She didn't want to run marathons or chase grand adventures. She just wanted to wake up and feel alive again, to go for a walk without pain, to read a book and remember the plot, to feel like herself. Then she stumbled across Barbara O'Neill's teachings on water, food, breath, sleep, and movement. And slowly, she began to shift. She started with morning water, 2 glasses every day. Then she moved dinner earlier. She walked around her block. Just once a day, she took deep breaths on her porch, facing the rising sun. And here's the beautiful part. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't sudden. But within 3 months, she said, "I feel like I came back home to myself." She smiled more, slept better, remembered more. She even started painting again, brush in hand, color in heart. Now, I don't tell you this to promise magic. I tell you this because you might be Margaret, or you might know someone like her. And if you've made it this far in the video, then something inside you is stirring too. Maybe it's hope. Maybe it's a quiet yes. Maybe it's the first moment in a long time where you feel seen, understood, and not alone in this journey. So let's bring it all together now. Here are the 7 habits Barbara O'Neill teaches to reverse the signs of aging, not by resisting time, but by working with it. 1. Hydration. Start your day with clean, pure water. Let it awaken every cell. 2. Sun-synced eating. Make lunch your largest meal. Eat with the rhythm of nature. 3. Peaceful digestion. Eat slowly, in calm, with gratitude. It matters more than you think. 4. Gentle movement. Walk, stretch, move your body with love. 5. Breath and fresh air. Breathe deeply. Let the world outside refresh the world within. 6. Restorative sleep. Create space for real rest. Your body heals in the stillness. 7. Daily detox. Support your body's natural cleansing. Eat whole foods. Try hot-cold showers. Let go. You do not need to master them all today, But what if you just picked one? What if you tried one small shift? Just for a week, what might change? You see, aging is not the enemy, stagnation is. When we stop moving, stop exploring, stop believing that we can feel better, we begin to fade, not because of time, but because of resignation. Your body is not giving up on you. It is waiting for kindness, for rhythm, for nourishment. And these 7 habits, they are love letters to your cells. They are signals to your bones and blood and breath that life is still here. And here's something I want you to know, deep in your heart. It is never too late to feel better, to learn something new, to laugh until your ribs ache, to walk under a sunrise and say, "Today feels good." I remember a man named Harold, 82 years old. He had high blood pressure, chronic fatigue, and a long history of medications. He heard about Barbara's teachings from a friend and decided to try just one thing: movement. He began by standing up every hour, stretching gently, then walking the length of his driveway twice a day. Within weeks, his posture changed. He began sleeping better. His doctor reduced 2 medications, but the biggest shift: he started writing letters to his grandchildren again. "I feel clear," he said. "I feel like me again." Healing doesn't always look like fireworks. Sometimes it looks like coming back to center. Sometimes it's the quiet victory of bending to tie your shoes without groaning. Sometimes it's remembering the name of the flower blooming outside your kitchen window. Have you ever had one of those moments? A flash of clarity, a taste of vitality, and thought, "Oh, there I am"? Let's hold on to those moments. Build on them. Stack one good habit on another, like stepping stones across a river. You might stumble. That's okay. Healing isn't linear. It dances. It loops. It revisits old aches with new insight. But you, yes you, are still in the dance. Now before we close, I want to invite you into something deeper. This isn't just about habits. It's about honoring the incredible body you've lived in for 6, 7, even 8 decades. Think of everything it's carried you through: loss, laughter, work, love. Think of the hands that held babies, the feet that stood strong through storms, the heart that kept beating even when it broke. You are not just aging, you are accumulating legacy, and legacy needs care. It deserves reverence. So, what now? If any part of this message touched your heart, I'd love for you to join our little corner of hope. Tap that subscribe button to be part of a community that believes in healing, in wisdom, in living well, no matter the year on the calendar. And if you found something helpful here, give this video a thumbs up. It really does help others find their way here too. And one more thing, drop a word in the comments. Just one word. Maybe it's hope. Maybe it's grateful. Maybe it's the name of someone you love. Let's fill the space with reminders that we are still here, still learning, still living. You are not alone, and you are not done. Now, before we end, I want to leave you with this. There was a 70-year-old woman who hadn't danced in over a decade. Her knees hurt, her back ached. She thought her dancing days were over. But after a few months of gentle movement, deep breathing, and healing food, she stood up, turned on her favorite song, and started to sway. Her grandson caught it on video. It wasn't perfect, but it was joyful. And when they asked her how it felt, she just smiled and said, "Like I found a part of myself I thought was gone forever." What part of you are you ready to rediscover? Maybe it's your laughter. Maybe it's your strength. Maybe it's your voice. Let that be your next step. And remember this, you don't need permission to begin again. Your body will meet you where you are, with grace, with patience, and with more resilience than you've ever given it credit for. You were not made to fade quietly. You were made to shine, to teach, to give, to live. Thank you for spending this time with me. Until next time, breathe deep, drink your water, and never stop choosing life.